Hello and welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to learn how to install Redis on Windows, and we will go very basic step by step. So let's get started. And step number one is we have to download Redis from this link. So let us go to our Windows and let us go to our browser, and I'm going to Redis, and I'm going to this redis.io website. And here on the home page of redis.io you have this section to download. So here I'm going to this link, check the downloads page, and here on the download page if you go down you will get a section for Windows. So here is the section for Windows. Now here it says that Redis project does not officially supports Windows, but there is a Microsoft open developer group that does it, and here we will click on learn more. Now you will get navigated to this GitHub page. If you go down, you will find a link for release page here. Let us go to the release page link, and here you will find the latest version of Redis. So at the time of recording this video, we have 3.2.100, but whatever latest version is available at your time, you can take that. Now here if you go down, you will find a installer MSI file and a zip file. In this session, we will learn how to install and get started with Redis using both of these files. Let us first go with the zip file. So download the zip file. So here it is getting downloaded. Now let us go to step number 2, and here in case you have downloaded the zip file, you have to unzip the zip file, or in case you have downloaded the MSI file, then we have to run the installer. So first let us see how to unzip the zip folder and start Redis. So go to your downloads folder, and here it is downloaded. So I am going to just unzip this file, and you can place it at any location. For now I am just placing it at the default download location. And now you can see inside this folder you will have all these components available, and you have this Redis server and Redis CLI. So these are the two main components that we will be dealing with. So here we can first click on Redis server. So click here and run this. It will start Redis server on your system. So you can see the server is now ready to accept connections on port 6379. 6379 is the default port on which Redis starts. We can change this port in the configurations, but for now let us keep as it is. And now you can go to Redis CLI, and here click this and run it. And here now we can interact with the Redis server with our commands. So what I can do here is you can just say ping and enter, and the server is saying pong. So that means it is able to interact with the server. You can just ping any message and let us say, and yes, I'm getting it back. So now you can use your any of your commands. I can say set name equals John, and it says okay. So I can say get name, and it is giving me the name. So this is now done and it is started. Now one more important thing, in case you want to use the Redis command line from your Windows command line as well, or in case you are not getting this window for getting the Redis server started, what you can do is you can put the location of your Redis. For example, in my case, this is the folder location, and set this location in your environment variables path. So what you can do is you can do a right click on your my computer and go to properties, and here you can go to advanced system settings and go to environment variables, and here you can see there will be an environment variable called path. You can edit it, and here you have to add that location. In case you are having the older format where you have a single text box where you have to give all the variables, you can put a semicolon at the end of whatever text is already available and then put the path. Here I can just go to new and just copy and paste the location of my Redis folder and say okay, and say okay, and okay here. Now if I can go to my normal command prompt on Windows and I go to the location of my Redis folder, so here I am just going to the location of my Redis folder wherever I have put it, and here you can now go to redis cli.exe, and now you can see I am again getting this 6379 port, and this is my local host address, and now I can again use my Redis commands here, and I can also get the name that I set earlier. If I say get name, I am getting the same name that I had set on the Redis CLI. Okay, so this is how you can get started with Redis using the zip folder. Now also let us see how do you run the installer. In case you want to run the installer and install Redis through that, we will go to the same location, and here instead of the zip we will take the MSI file. So we will download this file, and once this is downloaded, let us go to the folder. So here it is in my downloads folder, and just double click it. It will run the installer, and here you have to just install it as any other program, and here it will ask you the location, so I'm keeping it as default. And here you can see it is already asking us add the Redis installation folder to the path environment variable. So this is what we have already done, so we do not require it, but in case you are doing it only through the MSI, then you will need it. And next, and here it is also asking the port to run Redis on. So here you can change the port in case you want to use any other port, and then again click next. So let me keep the memory limit as default and say next, and then you can click install. It will install Redis on your Windows, and it will be installed in C program files by default, and then you can click finish. So this is how there are two ways of installing Redis on Windows. So this is we have already done. We have started the server and we have validated by the commands that Redis server is working. To shut down a Redis server, you have to use the command shutdown, and in case you want to quit, you can also type CTRL C on the keyboard. So in case on the CLI window, you can just type exit, so it will stop the CLI. And for stopping the server, you can go on the window where we started the Redis server and press CTRL C on your keyboard, and it will stop the server. So in the helpful tips, we have already seen this, that in case you want to interact with Redis by your Windows command line, then you can set the environment variable, and then you can use Redis commands both on the Redis CLI as well as from the default Windows command line. In the next session, we will see how to install Redis on Mac operating system.